My name is Pyros, and I served in the United States Army during the Gulf War. When I was first commissioned, the world somehow felt steady. I was a Christian. It was the late 80s and the Cold War was ending. When the Berlin Wall fell, it really felt like peace was finally here. I thought I'd serve my 4 years, do my job, and come home. But then everything changed. Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait, and suddenly I was being deployed to Saudi Arabia. Now, I never saw actual combat, but I was still in a war zone, far from home, far from friends, far from normalcy, and completely alone. Being deployed brings its own emotional toll. I didn't know anyone, there was no church to go to, and what felt like no one to pray with. The only thing to look forward to were long days, hot sand, and a quiet that somehow made all the loneliest 10 times louder. The distance, the isolation, it was the worst emotional pain I had ever been through. And in that silence, where it hurts the most, I started to sink into depression. I remember one day walking along the perimeter of our camp, carrying my M16 and wearing my helmet, and I just started talking to God out loud. Are you even real? What's the point of living without God? I was desperate, doubting. And honestly, I wasn't trying to sound spiritual. Emotionally, and in part literally, I was trying to survive. And as I walked, something began to change in me. I remembered the resurrection. I'd been a Christian for many years, and suddenly it became more real than it ever had been. Jesus was crucified, the tomb was empty, and there was no other explanation. Neither the Romans, nor the Jewish leaders, nor the disciples would have taken the body. And these feelings that I had, God was using in this moment to lead me here to this revelation. If Jesus rose from the dead, then He is who He says He is. And if that's true, then everything in the Bible is true. His promises are true. He's with me even here, even now in the middle of this desert, in the middle of this doubt. That moment didn't erase the depression, but I had a foundation. Something inside of me shifted. My faith stopped being based on feelings and started being built on fact, on the truth that Jesus is alive. And if He's alive, then there's always hope. A lot of time and a lot of life has passed, but today, all these years later, I still have that foundation. Here at CrossLife, my husband and I have the honor of serving in the student ministry, and we get to help young people wrestle with their own questions, showing them that our faith isn't blind. It's grounded on reason, evidence, and truth. The same truth that met me in the desert halfway around the world, that Jesus really did rise from the dead. This Veterans Day, I'm thankful, not just for those who've worn the uniform, but for the Savior who laid down His life for us all and rose again. Because of Him, there's purpose in our pain and peace that no battlefield, in the mind or otherwise, can ever take away. God met me in the middle of my pain, and now all these years later, He's using me and my husband to help lead kids here at CrossLife to have that same moment with Him that I had in Saudi Arabia. Stay in church, thank a veteran, and God bless the USA.